He's the right back, and then the strength and position of Harry suits up perfect in that exchange. And here's the last position for Wilson. And then the decision there from Shabir is when the careless goalkeeper is with one of the younger goalkeepers, one country for each, so an Egypt to share in confidence match.
That's the thing, the way the ball is, I think he will like to go into his box with his hand. And he's a little bit short for a moment there.
As this match comes to his hands full today, we have Michael and Mohamed Salah running in for the majority of the match. Here's Shakabi. The Australians in the United States have made the trip to Dallas to recover the airborne on both the east and west coast of America. Great to see. Well,
they're trying to double over the shore, and Haiti pushing forward there on that right side. Causing a problem for Haiti, she's taking time.
Shakabi, Harrington, consecutive starts for Lucas Harrington. He's in the Australian Australia's youngest ever start for the Socceroos at the FIFA World Cup.
Another opportunity now for the Socceroos in the set piece.
Distribution throughout the World Cup. Remember his own stage of that opening match against Turkey, solid performance against Paraguay. He was under most strict against the United States. That's for sure. In Seattle, that was a hectic first half for him.
Yeah, the Paraguay just took me in. They didn't take me out. He was busy that night and really kept us in the game. But he knows the so early in his international career to be on such a stage. He's so himself in a fantastic manner.
This and players I've seen in Europe, there's Rams in France and football in Belgium. You can see Haney was stretching the pitch early on, the football from Haney.
There's that right side again, Haney going high, trying to double up on his page. Harrington needs to slide across. Then he getting a short there, looking to make one side run, so it's important. The back five, slide.
Marmouche finds his way to a shoot. You can see he's rotating with the Solo in that space. Only through that delivery across. Solo on the ball. He's been a little bit conspicuous by his absence early on, but he's that type of player that can produce at the moment of absolute genius. And we see the club all country. An amazing record collegiate rewind. The impact he's had on Liverpool.
As well aware of Salah's threat, but again the Socceroos defensively, as we've seen in the previous 3 games, connected, closing space essentially.
Party opens up the pitch once more for AD.
Waiting for our moments, playing on the break.
Jackson on Williams, 86th tonight. Control with the pressure there from Roy Boss. Chicani. You can see Lewis Hill is the one dropping. Chicani pushing up. Roy Boss
We're down on that pitch earlier, and it is nice and quick. There's water on it. You saw it there on his first touch, just skip across, skip away from him. That's nice and quick.
The boys are going to have to adjust to that. Paso. And you know his dribbling skills. Great to have a player of his technical prowess in the Australian lineup for this World Cup. Good work by Conrad Cuff. That's it. And Chablis showing a couple of nervous moments in this stage for the first time.
Well, that's twice now with his feet there, and just spoke about that pitch being nice and quick. I dare say that the Socceroos will pick on that, and anything now going back to him, we look to keep applying that pressure. It looks a bit nervy.
It really does control the tempo in midfield. Breaks here for Hafez. And space to explore for Irish. We know how the numbers here from Manchester City, an injury break season though. And that slows up, trying to get bodies behind the ball. They retain their shape.
Jackson on just a little bit like we got him for DC, just a little bit like insane in me. Looking for one, his dribble fell in the dangerous area.
Zico only his international debut in March or May, in fact. So, of course, against New Zealand, and this is a dangerous situation here. Also, there's got so many variations in this type of moment. Looking at the left foot, Solo or right, or sure. I think I know which way I'll go. Over the high advantage. Roy, a shoot, and the sure about the shot.
page between page and this story reporter and the football in. Another bit involved in the back post. Well placed.
Well, the score was against Melbourne on match day Monday. That was perfect delivery. And he was in the right place at the right time.
Disappointed from the Socceroos perspective, though. Always well away, you've got to stay on second balls. Yeah, you defended the first action, it's the second action. Couldn't be more desperate, more aware of what's around us. With the lack of space, and before you get at the back post is disappointing.
Unlike Australia at this World Cup, they've been very tight with it. We're dropping out in one moment against the players in this World League.
That's the level is we're in the World Cup. We're over 32. It takes one of them, and we'll be pushed.
We're breaking the World Cup for that man. And we know that moment of show. And now time for Australia to respond. Long throw from Chicago. Built on by Harry Suter. That's it. And then ball wide. Over the middle.
Yeah, it's just falling there, and only on his left foot. Right decision to take on early. You see here, Metcalf with the other shot. Drops right only on his left foot, he just snatches at it, it goes wide. I'd like to see that sort to drop harder or try to box his left foot.
His eyes must have lit up there. He's yet to score in his 35 internationals, including today for Australia. And then how effective he's been in the middle of the park with defensive efforts and pressure on the ball. He's been Australia's leader in that respect. But now we'll find out a little bit about what this Classic for 2026 is made of. Played early in the direction of Olpato. Harrington. O'Neill. Two wide. That's a clever ball right over one. He sits Olpato in his face. Goes to Olpato. A little bit too much of it. O'Neill takes over. Metcalf in the tight area. That's there for Zico. And now, on the balance for Orange.
And then Anthony. Orange drifted wide into space. Coming in on his right foot. Harry Suter. The brick wall at the back, even cover. And a fantastic block because it looked by all means to be settling into the back post.
And that's exactly what we need to protect possession a lot better in the middle of the park, central in the direction of Barracuda. It was most effective in the first match against Turkey. There's Barracuda as a right left attacking player.
Yeah, against Paraguay, putting in a great shape, but he's definitely not a natural nine. Tom's a little bit tougher. But he's got to go. And so he likes to be able to move into space.
Absolutely defended well for the first quarter of an hour, just a couple of minutes. Maybe with the exception of this man who's showing a couple of signs of fatigue, Mustafa Jabir. They have switched their central defensive partnerships. And Fatua is injured, which means Hafez gets a start left back. He's pretty good early.
Yeah, these early signs in the wide areas where they're trying to, like I say, overload those wide areas and exploit it.
And there's a little luxury shout from Harry Suter and pose from Harrington. Let's go for Australia. And the central back three have been a real feature of this World Cup. Keep the fight. I'm sure that's the message. Get into the players.
There's plenty of time.
He's trying to dribble his way out of trouble. Gigatti. Tight space is put over the top by Irvine. Ross. And looks off for Robbie, I think, for O'Connor. And this is exactly where the can be. Immediately there's no holding players to see the ball.
Shape of rugby and then back onto George Ross before we go out.
Maybe it was Bishop thinking on right bar. Fati. Haney. The Shield's been really good in the way he rotates with Mohammed. Salah, in fact, he's been more prominent than Salah, he's been quiet. And we know he's probably protecting a hamstring. There is a problem, but not enough to warrant a penal bench today.
We're seeing here again now opening up to the opposite side, and Shaw's the one who drifts out into that wide area. Salah a little bit more central for Egypt. But he's been quiet so far, Salah. This is where you just like to see, we're going to really be a little bit more aggressive on the press. Egypt being able to just slowly move the ball, control the tempo of the game. You see here, I think what's a good call is just drifted in between Harry and Harrington there. Harry sort of lost him. By the time he's run, thankfully for the Socceroos, offside. But there was a lot of space left there in behind. About three.
Through the middle, and that's really Pompado's went back with a fair challenge, and that was sharp work by Brisbane Pompado. Page allowed to strike forward. I think he's going to be doing a lot more work in his own half than the attacking third in this match. Suter. Pompado, effective first touch, and then without some challenge. There's the Page, needs to put to the three. And there's a sea of red there.
Story alone in the box. And we couldn't get that final ball, but again now we've spoken about the height. We have the height of this Egyptian side, but we need the delivery.
He will kiss the ball from Brisbane Pompado. He wants a picture of delivery. This is got the ball, of course, with such wide. And this is getting played here to the back post. Harrison doesn't control the header. Another difficulty outcome.
Yeah, it is. That's another disappointing outcome. I was talking about it with Chikabi, Suter, and Harrington.
And there is the showing of the ball to the Eagles. They go to the Raiders.
This is long and it's dangerous.
And that, oh goodness, this must be serious.
I'm bringing together men in particular, however.
I understand you gentlemen are very good at killing people.
We have a license to very badly.
And the games begins.
A real intensity with the delivery from both Hassan and Tony Popovich at the hydration break. We know how effective the breaks have been for Australia. We see the defensive roster to be a few tweaks. Hassan will be very pleased with what's transpired. 5 changes, he's rotated his lineup. He's had some injury concerns. No other Fatul Machine is suspended for this match. Alan Lee as well. And that man, I'm not sure. 32 international matches, 2 goals, both in World Cup play. That is quite some record.
Well, he's been a difference so far. He's been a threat, drifting out to that right side. With Haney trading over on Page. And he's the man to pop up the back post. And you need to believe.
Fans, young and old, there is magnificent amphitheatre of sport under the roof. It's very hot in Texas this time of the year. In the city of Arlington, in Dallas. It's all air conditioned, very comfortable. The comfort level's not reciprocated by Australia because they've been under pressure from the opening whistle. Let's see how they respond after this break.
Yeah, but just then we saw and spoke about it before the hydration break. Can we get that press a little bit more aggressive? And we saw that there from the story. The Socceroos pressing high, winning the ball back earlier.
There's all smiles at the Socceroos press conference. Hassan mentioned he repeatedly how he felt something was not quite right and he would be on the bench. And I looked at you at the time, looking, and I thought, well, I reckon there might be a little bit of a double meaning in this.
He's not the first man at this level to be throwing curveballs, especially here in the US. So a little curveball today, I think, but you know, you get that at this level.
And just the presence of him starting level, we're seeing this. Who scored against it here, runs out of room. He was Australia's 11th individual scorer in World Cup football. And it's a mess for Aaron Corbett and what was a marvellous night in Vancouver. They've not scored since though. They need to require to get back into a match against Egypt. They've met 3 times if you include the Olympic Games of 2020, the first in 87 of the President's Cup. Australia won 4-3 on penalties after a scoreless draw. Some great Socceroos of the year involved: Evolver, Charlie Yankos, Graham Jennings, Peter Rostopoulos, Harry Vidal, Alan Hunter, Frank Farina, Paul Wade, Graham Arnold, Oscar Crino, and Andrew Z. Frank Arrow was the coach on that occasion.
Just a fantastic switch there from Haney to Hatters. Socceroos trying to close him in on the right side. And a superb ball from Haney to Hatters to open the pitch up.
That's it. Ibrahim. Great combination. No Solar involved in that rotating superbly. Solar's the early computer is working pretty well in this match. Isn't it the volume of possession he probably normally enjoys? Looks a little bit like Lionel Messi just walking through a match at the moment. And we know when you look at Lionel Messi and what this stadium has produced, he scored 3 of his 6 goals in this World Cup at this stadium, including great breaking Miroslav Klos's record of most World Cups goals scored.
He's the Messi for Egypt, isn't he? And you know at any time, although he's been quiet thus far, at any moment, it can spring to life and change the game.
O'Neill, page up the line. Irakuda on that small Polo's faces. A poor touch. And I saw Samuel L. Jackson on the pitch before the match. There's Isaac Antic.
There's Isaac and Isaac, he's there in attendance, obviously, supporting the Socceroos.
Behind, I wish you were out of room there. And Isaac in the stadium. Chamber of Football Australia. See the second goal of this FIFA World Cup. But in fact, there is a great man, very casual on the pitch before match. I thought you were going to ask me for a selfie on stage, Luke.
I went down there and I did notice him. I don't get starstruck too often, but I have to say I'm a huge fan.
An absolute kick at right fullback for Egypt, who will start the back there from behind the side. He's looking at his knee, but the connection was a little bit lower down on the leg.
Well, we're going to go off now, which gives an direct advantage to the Socceroos.
And stay up for at least 60 seconds until the next stopping play, so it does give you a number for the Socceroos to win. And that's exactly what players will try to stay on their feet. Still be used to the water. Referee Socceroos produce here. Ronaldo swings it left for in. And the quick skip third. And scored his 32 international goal against USA. And the referees pick something out. And that's the foul. To Irvine. Red shirts on the ground.
Just showed a little bit of pain there. And the Egyptian got so out the defender of those crosses, doing little right delivery. Staying on second balls.
He's got to keep on working, keeping the defensive shape and then looking for opportunities on the right. We're seeing how dangerous Mr. Irakuda is when he's still in that pocket of space. Here's the release. There's his page. They reset through Sutar. Ducati. Move on wants it early. Probably wants to go further afield, I think. Egypt spreading the pitch early on, really asking a lot of Australia. Now they go through the middle. O'Neill, Page. Taking a look through this way. Page takes on Haley. And then this back post, and we're still in for Julian Moss. Probably have Australia's best chance against Paraguay. And an outstanding little drop of shoulder by Pato. Comes to playing Boss. Situations, long throw, 0 down, Harry Sutar, held down by Harrington, and the angle, that's his page. Now, right at stage 4 years ago, he had that wonderful chance against Argentina, and opened up nicely for him there.
Did again, a long throw, causing all sorts of havoc. You can see him trying to handle Harrington, and sooner the ball bounces again in the box. And the story unselfishly drops it off the page, and a good strike. Just not enough, but again, the threat that we have when those balls are going in the box is clear to see.
He was stopped by the Sandro Martinez. Another Martinez stopped Australia's progression late on with Cameron Cole having a high chance against Eddie Martinez, but it didn't work out. The Socceroos have pushed Argentina all the way, as did your class of 2016 to Italy in June in Kazakhstan. And that's history. Australia in the present. There's signs that they're getting into this match now.
Yeah, well, that's what we'd love to see again, right? Every chance you get through this, you get Argentina in the next round. Obviously, they've got to face Cape Verde today. But what an opportunity that'll be again. It's very wrong from this story behind. You see, they're very, very handy. It's been the same on set pieces. That's something. If on a half time, Popovic and the coaches start to say, hey, be clever when you're around the box when they're like that, because there's been a lot going on.
Sure. Irvine trying to close him down. And I'm not sure with the outside of the foot. For Pato.
That's a good feeling we've seen. He's got good tiny feet, and you just feel now the Socceroos just starting on top of the Egyptians, and a little bit nervous for the Egyptians.
Now short, Irvine into the channel. For Pato. Trying to cross the spin. And this time it's a corner straight.
And who was it now? Pato and Julian Moss leading up. Last fifth tackle, but yet again, another set piece on the other side, so we'll see he's swinging from Pato.
Swinging for the other one is here. Will change the outcome. This is for Pato. Deep. And that second ball. Not going to get it. Shikani feeling wide. Scoring back is his page. Good defensive awareness.
Tell you what, again, you see him very handsy. We saw Harry Sutter just there, he went down in the box, playing to be dragged down. How many times have we seen it in this World Cup? Penalties given for that.
There's been a bit of controversy with the VAR in the last few days.
Like I said, we've got Tony Popovic up here asking the question of the fourth official to keep an eye on that for the players to be clear about that.
Shikani goes direct. Too direct in the asking too much. There's this coaches momentarily switch fronts with Joey Boss. Keep an eye on that, Luke.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was a deliberate action or just as it comes from the set piece.
See that high press from Aaron Kunda.
This has been the outlet for the Egyptians.
And he went down with that knock and received attention off the pitch. He's back on as we get towards half time. I'm not sure on the 13th minute. This goal separates the two sides in this round of 32. Egypt searching for their first knockout win of the FIFA World Cup. In the same category as Australia. In fact, America came out with the first World Cup win in the group stage against New Zealand. That's it.
Yeah, look, again, the set piece, short, trying to be for Egypt, but that time we were well aware of the plays at the back post, defending the box well. We touched on that, getting that set piece again, you know, we touched on this as an experienced Egyptian side. That was the experience for sure, to milk a free kick, to play out a little bit sometimes, you know, and you know, we talk about the youthfulness of this Socceroos side as well, that maybe can be a little bit clever at times.
Well, we feel the same, Luke, you share my view. There's been a little bit of disparity between, referees letting play go and being open in that respect, and ones that just pick up those type of fouls.
Yeah, definitely, and like I say, the referee's never an easy job, but you hope that they can be consistent is the key.
Get forward in the half of Mr. Kunda, he runs out of room, and we're coming forward. Looks like everyone is absolutely nothing about. Needs to be applied in this kind of environment.
Well, I don't know about the will be wanting to get in half time, be able to get his point across. The goal's been feeling right there. And the actions of some of the Egyptians, they're going to do it again. Not set to work.
It's the first time we've seen you up the hair say, pretty please, or you'll have to be removed from the pitch. Here's Chikati. 51% possession for Egypt, but 41 for Australia. 9 in dispute. Australia with 5 attempts on goal to 3 corners. So we had that set piece threat. Just not being able to profit from it. You see the match momentum. Very much early on, it was in Egypt's favour of Australia with that pockets of opportunity in this first half.
Yeah, there's times that we have managed to open them up. It's a little better when we're a little bit more aggressive. We get sitting in our shape and then wait for that moment, pick our moments to press, and when we do, press high, press aggressive, and we have to turn the ball over.
It's amazing to see myself in about second or third gear at the moment physically. It's certainly not 100% capacity, that's for sure. Still playing his part. Hutty. Turns over. Irvine.
Definitely caught him there. But he did take a ball and all, as they say.
And you see that previous exchange as this bloke came onto the ball, there's just a lack of pace and explosion there from
So he aggressive, the ball, and then it's very nice. Down the inside of the leg, you feel that one, but they don't know he's up. And he's on.
5 minutes of additional time, of course, 3 from the hydration break. I was just going to make that point about Marcelo not being able to close down as his age. So that explosiveness is not there. Doesn't mean he won't be effective in certain scenarios, though.
I definitely haven't seen the best of him yet.
Still from a short. Opens up. Lopez. Here's Omar Mush. Returns the favour. Trying to get bodies behind the ball. Being the reset over direct. And the vicious header. There was plenty of defensive cover and very good work there by Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, it was, but most of that's his intelligence. The timing of the run, it's off the shoulder, right sooner. Harrington did enough.
O'Neill.
Yeah, he's still trying to find his range. He's made a fantastic running line, got in behind the Egyptians. Quickly to recover, close the space with the story. He's coming on his left foot and just couldn't get his foot around it.
He knows it's going to be. Something like that. He's saying that's exactly what he's going to do. Come inside. They're trying to hurry up. Of course. Looks like they've brought that for the Socceroos. Boss. Volpata. Most lucky for Australia. Harrington strives ahead of midfield. O'Neill takes it in the stride. The box nicely here. Window of opportunity. Chikati thinks about delivery to the back post. And a foul there from Ashur. Thanks for the page. Ball in the mid pass. Two attackers is running hard the ball in this area as well.
See this again because Volpata's coming in at the back post. He's been dragged down by Havers. Missouri unfortunate not to get a big one there. But I'd love to see a replay because Volpata looks like he was running tackle into the back post.
There's work between defenders. Let's just see. He's come off the body onto the arm right here. That was my reading on that replay. As a result, saved him from review.
But some good signs from the Socceroos at the back end of this half. Causing problems for the Egyptians, getting behind, getting balls and bodies in the box.
O'Neill tries to move the ball for Ross. Chicago remains forward. Irvine. Volpate gets from position. Reads the pass so well, Christian Volpate. Held down by O'Neill. He'll be trying to turn his round, and does so. Defender goes down. And then he won't fall in the strongest moment. Suddenly injured under enormous pressure. O'Neill really had to retain possession of Australia.
Jordan still down in the background.
And then the middle of the losing the player of his quality.
We're seeing Havertz. He had 2 shots at Jordan Boss on the sideline before Rugby has come in and collected him.
We're really exciting nothing from this Rugby before, that's for sure. Not sure how many more times you need to see that.
No, I think it wasn't necessarily that one, but the 2 before that from Havertz on the sideline was clearly actually was right. That was had he gone down early, he could have drawn it. I'm talking about that experience of those players. I don't know how they call them position, they would have gone down.
And the Bulldogs remains on the pitch for attention. The half-time whistle has been blown. And that man is the Bulldogs in the moment. The line for sure with his 7th international goal, 2nd at this World Cup. The difference decided to finish the half positively. And after 45 minutes of Dallas is injured, leading for Socceroos by a goal to nil.
Talking about Jimmy Boss was receiving treatment on the edge of the field there in Dallas. Both nations chasing histories. Egypt has taken the first step in that direction. What response can the Socceroos conjure? Martin leading Socceroos. Tommy will break down the first 45 for you right after the break.
Socceroos fans, how are we doing out there, boys? Plenty of opportunities. Take over this side, folks. Don't do that, mate. Hey, folks, let me know it. The team is working hard to fix the series. The team is on the out and doing what they can. Make sure it's half-time, folks. Water's at the back. Bathrooms are there. There's food available for you. Who's out there supporting Egypt? Who's out there supporting the Socceroos? Folks, so many opportunities. Second half coming up. Stay with it. The team is working hard to fix the screen and whatever should look hard to stay out there. Security's on their side. Give it up for security, doing a great job. They're going to do all they can to fix it. Is everyone having a good time out there? Stand around, stay proud, keep them behind the Socceroos.
The world is my stadium. This tour is not sport. It feels right. Legends turning ages.
Cristiano Ronaldo went close earlier, strike from distance, but oh so nearly got the Socceroos up to the perfect start. Got the on their highlight. It wasn't to be, and Egypt took their first opportunity. So the Aussies trail at the break. It's Egypt 1, Socceroos 0. Welcome to halftime show. Nick Owens alongside Martin Levy, Sarah Walsh and Tommy Ward. Some worrying signs for Geordie Boss right on straight at halftime. We saw the halftime whistle went. This is what happened afterwards. He managed to get to his feet, but from there, Millsy, it didn't look good for that left wing.
Yeah, what happened right there. Obviously, we hope for the best of his words, because that's a massive loss for us. So if you look at the Aussies bench at the moment, you don't really have anything even close to right to right in terms of the attacking output that you get from Geordie Boss. I think all the replacements will be naturally more defensive.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Jason Guerrier who comes in. If it isn't like for life, I mean, I can't see him continue. You see how gingerly he looks in the video there. But yeah, I think as his age, he might potentially maybe say get forward on that left-hand side. But absolutely is a big loss for Socceroos.
It is really sad for Geordie Boss himself as well. He has done so much in that Socceroos jersey. Has been so crucial when he was forced to shift to the right-hand side because they are already short.
Yeah, I would say I agree with Bushra here that it needs to be done. I think there's been too many late challenges. Hafez only having 2 minutes in this entire World Cup has been fantastic on that fact, but that was completely white with 3 and a couple of those. So, look, you can see the early goal, that's what happens. Teams like this really manage to go, and it's been a tough second half. They need to come out and have a bit more present, particularly with that goal.
What's the latest on the Australian camp for Icon during such a time?
Firstly, pretty distressing there watching Geordie Boss get carried in. Once you make the incident, just heartbreaking. Terrible tackle.
The moment was saying horrific played advantage. He doesn't come back and look at the play. Yeah, disappointing, but we've got to move on and we'll be better in the second half.
He's obviously just a bit of a scrappy goal from their point of view, but plenty of moments into that.
Yeah, we're disappointed with getting away chipped off the set piece when we pride ourselves on having a really good goal getting out. We've kept him on the side, but I think for us, it's about keeping the ball. Once we get to 5, 6, 7 passes, we seem to find pockets of space. And if we can do that better in the second half, I know that will create more opportunities for us. That's right.
Socceroos assistant coach Paul O'Connor there at halftime. The Socceroos clash with Egypt. As we look at the highlights from verse 45, the Socceroos gave away a free in a very dangerous position and are forced to pay for.
Yeah, we saw earlier in that one part, probably at that time in the half, was a brilliant strike with his left foot. He was finding these little pockets of space. This was his best over the half. His decision making did let him down on a couple of occasions, but I think this on the right hand side means when we were getting for that pace, Geordie Boss using his pace was a threat, wasn't it?
Yeah, he is a constant threat, but again, you see that even when he does get past, very limited numbers in the box, and this in the box. I think that our best opportunity is moving forward. I think they've been more vulnerable in terms of them giving the ball up a lot in both areas as well. If we did brave enough to get pressure on the ball, I think we just enjoy it.
See, Eric was such his player on Martin. He's just lack of awareness in the strike. Been too cold side, first side, but he's just got to do better. But sure, he's still against Belgium. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think conceding the second phase of the set piece is always a hurdle, so I won't be happy with that. But we did have a few moments after that. We saw set pieces and we were largely disappointed that these long throws from Sokaki caused a bit of chaos. We know Egypt, they're not comfortable defending these kind of long throws out there.
No, they're not. You see, when it does become a little bit chaotic, they do struggle. We've seen that previously from them as well, but we're sort of looking there, I think, to really find something that's repetible in the way that we play. I think you see even there, most of our players being decent. If you can see someone early in the team, the box list is in a fantastic position.
You did mention set pieces there, Tommy. Interesting tactic in the first half, and we've seen it throughout the World Cup so far. That floating long ball, not working at the moment.
Well, I think with the size we've got, if you get the delivery right, the delivery right means at pace, and you make good timing of your runs in the box. It's almost impossible to defend. So I think that we're allowing the defenders to get the pole position and making it more difficult than it needs to be. So that's been, it's not such a huge weapon for us. I think it's been a very disappointing part of our game this whole tournament. But I think just more broadly, you look at the chances of fair. I think Missouri has been too isolated up front. We've got to move out the ball. When we're pressing, it's him pressing low and just picking us off. And we've got the ball as well. When we do go on to him, then no one's pushing up for the second ball.
Tony Popovich with plenty to think about at halftime, big halftime talk underway as we speak. We'll take you back to the second half in Dallas for our last break.
More colour accuracy, better contrast, it's like from Madison. It's
The world is changing, and so is AGM. Proudly Australian, we've been changing to meet the needs of Australian families and businesses for over 185 years. Join the change.
This is everything.
The margin between glory and heartbreak, zero. Every goal. Every rally.
and every try. This is the best one of club. Only on Sunsport.
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African flying traditions met Spanish dough, Spain made the judo. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, the world got calm. And this is what it was when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
Let's go to the game. Come on, let's have you sit, buddy. You want to sign?
That's cute. I'm gonna be so big. I don't even be able to walk down the street.
The future is already here.
Next starts now.
Tell us everything. What I'm thinking of, movies and OGs. The new stuff, cool stuff, all spicy stuff. Stuff like, Iron Fist.
So I think that if this score stays the same going into the second half, it's only a matter of time before he has to tweak things. And I just think as well, it's more about the intent of our team rather than the personnel. I think we need to be more positive, more proactive in our press too, because they have turned the ball over a lot of times in that back third. So I think we need to learn a lesson from that and get in their faces.
At the risk of bringing it back to personnel, we haven't seen Motorway and Mr. Irvington on the field together since match day 1. Is this the time of action?
Yeah, I think by doing that, you're always going to have somebody box, right? Always going to have that threat. I would love to see everything on the left at some point. And I like that everyone switch out and they'll start to play a little bit more attacking in midfield as well. It'll make a statement to Egypt. They're going to play out this match. I think we've seen on the ground and there's going to be lots of games being played. But
And that's where it's going to be always on the box as well. It's been fun and I've been at last 14 goals towards the back end of the season. He straps you works hard and is a bunch.
I was in the right back for Egypt's being tested, not by Metcalf, and let's see everything we're up against it.
History on the line in Dallas. There are no second chances from here. Let's take you back to your commentary team, David Bashir and Will Wilson.
Normally, you were back to pull those away, but thankfully with the Socceroos, he's put it wide. He most certainly had this sort of pulled up in his mind as well.
Not sure what his definition of that is.
But I like from Chicago there, getting somebody across and talking about that, being clever in these areas, drawing a foul in these dangerous areas where we get people in the box, where we're being threatening. We just need that delivery.
It is the right foot of Aidan gives us there. Harry suits up. Centering here, but the thing is just a sea of red there. And we get a second bite of it.
goes through Bogey. So I'm not too sure about the winning results decision. Do we actually continue?
Well, the referee has to be satisfied with the end result. Giving him the right information. There's no doubt that Belgium will try and take the sting out of any momentum Australia has used it in the second half.
And it's been a very lively start to the second half. And I'm sure it's only going to work on.
And just the work on Jordy Boss, that's so unfortunate and undeserved from a player that was, outstanding against Paraguay, lovely here. And the others, too many times, really in the first half.
Yeah, it was first game to see obviously Jordy Boss had to come off and take that heavy knock. It didn't look good. And we wish him well. He's been fantastic for the Socceroos team. And we hope it's nothing serious.
You can see that the Egyptian officials are waved away by the fourth official saying there needs to be a natural style of play. They're not satisfied yet.
We're going to get all out this second half. The play acting, they're going down. So far, the referee, this second half is not taking it, not biting.
There we go. All I can see, the assistant to Tony Popovich described that. Sample by Hafez has been terrible. And the referee doesn't come back and book him. That's the mental World Cup obstacle Australia has to get through to progress. Here's O'Neill. His back does well. Knocked down by Harrington.
Fantastic touch composure from the 18-year-old.
Which really controlled the hot ball superbly. Comes out to Sutar. They did finish the half impressively Australia. And now Sutar has to double back and scans the horizon for any pending trouble. Gets himself a little tangle with no solid on his hip. You can tell just by that action. Someone's just not trying to close down any space.
No, he hasn't, definitely hasn't put himself out. He's been waiting and trying to pick his moments up to impact the game.
Well, Panto showed his best play in the first half. Into the end of this week. No whistle for Panto, who lost the first challenge. Looking at the post. And it's his patron saying, not the right man in that situation. O'Neill carries it forward. There's a ball for the short.
He's given the throwing. The thing is, I think it was at least a throwing. But they were just looking at his game on this one that they brought.
And we look at the opponents who score the header. He hasn't been good matches at international level, certainly in South America. And the Copa Sudamericana and the FA Cup competitions, yes, but I think by far away this is his biggest appointment. Alonso, Rich.
And he's going to have a lot to deal with in the second half because, like I said, there's a lot on the line. This is an experienced Egyptian side who will look to play the game in their way, draw fouls, manipulate it.
Caught. And Wood takes over. And that's exactly what Paul Monsignor said at the break. David Archie, Australia needs to protect the ball a lot better. with great attacking purpose in the second half.
See this before me. Socceroos connected, follows no space essentially, nation in defence.
Half-backs thought about delivering the cross. Zuko comes short. They brought up through Ibrahim and was short. And now the one stop from the side. needs to be secure. The tallest man in this Egyptian lineup, 193 centimetres, the centre back from Zamalek. And Hassan on for his 15th region. Fresh legs on the pitch. With the momentum to Australia. Maybe a little switch back to Egypt here, because they've had a last 5 minutes of positivity. But we only heels to start the half. Which slices the clearance away. Rising well as Aaron Cooper.
Experience. We've done as well. We've got second balls. We've competed. Fully foul. That is an opportunity to lead the pitch. And there it is. The
That's an own goal. Handsome. And who knows, he had suffered a pretty heavy head knock, what, 10 minutes before the own goal went in?
He certainly did. Looked to me from up here that he was out. The players rolling over, but the medical team cleared to carry on. Fortunately for the Socceroos.
Handsome. A pretty sharp winger for Egypt. Good spread of the pitch too. Scott's had a good match, Hafez. He's not a little fortunate to avoid the yellow card. And he thought about delivering the cross first time. Brings in Mason. Now opens up to Mohamed Haney. Short.
You see the Socceroos patient in the defence. Egypt going from one side to the other. No space to go through the middle. And then defend the box when the ball's coming in.
Well, we're 73 minutes in. Ivan Bristich replacing Christopher Martha. And we just saw the couple touches and still going up to the Swiss. This is the away. And Hunter did not come on against power. He was replacing his roommate. And gets a very cover for a difficult couple of Australia.
Yeah, well, we're going to get them up to already. And the threat that he's going to be able to is very similar to Pomalo. Pomalo just couldn't quite get that in right again, but a good performance again from him. Seeing that more minutes building into him fitness-wise. But I think Hurst is another one who can find a pass, but look to release him on Torre going forward.
So the first couple of matches in Mohamed Zero, so we've got the well-off at the moment. Sal versus Zero. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe from the outset. Substitutes will play a huge part, as will fitness, as this match edges towards perhaps extra time.
They will, most certainly. You know, the Socceroos obviously have more time, plenty of recovery time between games, and a younger team squad. We know the Egyptian squad has a lot more experience, but Lex can definitely play a part.
Still many cool heads on the pitch, but with not that point in the build-up. No foul against Irvine. Put forward by Sultan. Harrington a sure touch. He reads it so superbly. Oh, lovely. Step over there from Zero. Turkey. So working hard. Page.
Great action from Metcalf to win that ball up high.
Page. More dangerous area. Brutally out, clearly. Not sure why they sent it that way.
Well, we're only 10 stories up, but I saw that out.
Harrington. A touch and a delivery. And I'm sure it has picked up so much attention from the big clubs in Europe.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Some of the performances from all these Socceroos definitely will put them in the market.
He knows when to play forward and when to be conservative. And that's instinct as a defender. Sure, up the line. Everyone feels wide. Some Pally captain who is playing their second tier of German football if he remains with the club. Not sure Conor Metcalf will. I think he's set for a departure. Australia trying to maintain their energy.
Yeah, seeing patience with the ball. There's no need to force things early when it's not on. Going forward, wait for the moment. Move the Egyptians around.
And a pretty even spread of possession, 43% for Australia, 47% for Egypt, and 10% in dispute. Australia had raw chances in the match. So they deserve this moment to try to force their way into the round of 16. Sure, hasn't got the pace to get past Hafez who's under pressure. Australia are probing, trying to find that passing in with that opening. O'Neill, angled ball to Rusich. Sure, deep in his own half to tackle him. In the first match against Belfast as a late substitute.
Shows the intensity, the mental pressure.
And remember, their first choice left back, Ahmed Fatua, is injured. So they don't have a natural replacement. Super position. And it looks like Karen Hafez, the 30-year-old from the Pyramids Club, is maybe over. Interesting that Aiden Rusich, he plays in the Eredivisie with the Raptors, but he's without a club.
He's, like I said, he's very similar to Alvaro. Can open up the defence. He did that there for a moment. But now to the time, who's going to be the one to put their name etched into history? Step up and create the moment of magic that we need to win a game.
Well, they draw on the experience of Michael Trezeguet from AD1P. 24 goals in 19 international matches, so he's leading up to 100 caps for his country. Scored a third goal against New Zealand in its only World Cup victory in their history. And nearly 100 years of World Cup play.
Question is, how many of those caps has he played in the backlash?
That is a very good question. I'm suggesting not too many.
Well, we're about to see if his defensive call is in his last 10 to 15 minutes. He's just coming to his own and you can see the confidence and belief, but again, just getting your body in the way, drawing the foul. And we ask the question again, with his boys to the box.
And it really seeks Australia feel what the physicality and the fitness and vibrancy of Egypt can that translate and Hassan Hassan getting a little pop under the ball, although he has not one, but the fourth official is a ball up the list. O'Neill holds the ball and looking for Sultan. Wants the header, but looks up, not back here. Initially the corner cuff, but if I just couldn't react quickly enough. Sorry! And that's how he comes up on the Egyptian defender. It was a few balls in the test, and that's exactly what the one two is arguing.
There's no doubt in the field, there's no doubt there was some contact, fairly heavy contact, which will be covered. But again, the ball thinks the ball scores and comes to a where the ball suits up, but nothing but eyes for the ball. They have a little bit of contact there.
Well, the one's not right easy, and everyone's a fantastic work. And you just have to like Australia's falls out for play. The rugby is made of some stern stuff. Maybe some of his teammates should take his cue a little bit in the way they recover from loss.
Yeah, you're always going to come off second best if you got Harry Suter bearing in on you like that.
Great touch by Mosai. He's one player that needs to be marked even though he's not at 100%. Here's Trezeguet. Free flex for him. The cutback is good for a sure. Australia handle a strong defensive line. And got themselves a rules and good for
Well, we're trying to sort out early some fantastic defending here with Trezeguet, getting his body across him, keeping his body between him and the ball. Needed to be good defending. We're seeing Trezeguet come on. that's right.
They don't do low key very well in Texas, do they?
Everything's bigger and better, I'd say. From what I'm seeing these last couple of days, I can't disagree.
A big state with big personalities, that's for sure. He's stressing out. So much experience with him. Very wary they are. They're straight on the counter attack. That's why they want to keep the ball in key areas, Egypt.
I never seen any passages where Egypt can have the ball. They shifted it from right to left, right and open up the Socceroos. The Socceroos disciplined. And so far Egypt being unable to pierce through that defence.
Sure. Tries to play a little quicker. Giddy. Awesome. Got a sharp turn of foot. Gives it outnumbered. Breaks the run here. I'm sure that's a run. Socceroos desperate to get no two-way on the ball in the threatening area. It bounces back. Also good threatening. And that's a well-timed run. Well-timed here. It was hard here. Always in the way here. For some teasing. He's all left foot. To the back pass.
He's at the stay in the game mentally when he scored upon. He's coming out there. The defence was delighted to see an early goal and a good strong hand because it was a dangerous ball.
Someone's looking threatening. Good shoulder. The ball is once more. Tries to get into the dangerous area. And it's slipped away by Vucic. Well done.
Feel the edge now, late in the game. Open
with his heart out for Australia. He's been very effective late in the middle of the park for the Socceroos. Trying to apply some high pressure on Egypt playing out. Here's Rabia.
At this stage of the game, you don't see the team going to go all out to try and win it, knowing that there could be an extra 30 minutes waiting very, very shortly.
I think Australia may be feeling a little bit more comfortable about the prospects of extra time.
I dare say as well, we've spoken a lot about the fact that they feel like they're the fittest team here at the tournament, and all the hard work that they put in preparing for this.
Here, Trezeguet. We're about to hit the 90. And over the top, Trezeguet makes a great run. Looks like it's hit the line for a corner. It is 5 minutes of additional. That's 2 plus the 3 of operation break. Kept it in with a dead first touch. Offside drops the shoulder. And Deleuze back post. Number 3 for Australia.
You see the awareness now when the short corners are going. The ball's knocked out for those second actions back in the box. Everything dealing with the ball. Needed to some good runs and good delivery.
Also, it's been really lively. It's been a good addition for Egypt. That opens up for him.
Again, that delivery to the back post. Trezeguet. Jordan able to deal with it. Constantly looking to get in behind Trezeguet on the left side. Should be very mindful of it. It's a threat for Egypt.
Egypt applying the pressure in injury time. That one really come back really well. Helped on my page. And also needs to be sure to put the number 12 for Egypt.
Unfortunately, not for the Socceroos, and as we head down to the last few minutes, on the back foot.
Use exactly the technology addition to this World Cup. That's why the assistant is saying this right, please, before confirmation. And here's a call to Egypt. We are halfway through the 5 additional minutes in this match. So you use the defending situation for it. And that's very suitable. And then he's sitting there. He's more likely away from Australia's danger zone. Artier with a flick. Delivered well. scores the goal, and he scores on so quickly.
Jackson went away out to get the ball. He's been great. With the threat still there, I think usually looking to get to the end of this 95 minutes and regroup and heading extra time.
Socceroos team has had to wear some serious pressure in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Nicely delivered by this man, Hassan.
Yeah, it's been a big threat since coming along outside. Trezeguet also on the left.
I think we'll pass on introduction and start the Socceroos delight. Here he's on the ball, and he gets connected.
History on the line in Dallas. Extra time is next.
Hey, go to the next Socceroos fans. Happy Patrick Beach. Official word is just gone past London, Australia's favourite beach. Hey folks, from our capacity in here, if you're doing it here, you'll be re-screened on the way in. Obviously extra time coming up, waters at the back, toilets, coffee available at the back. Hey, let's keep cheering the Socceroos, folks. You're out here, come on, park. Let's bring our Socceroos home.
Coach said, practice makes
Practice makes perfect.
We knew comprehensive health insurance. Everyone meeting is on yours.
Steve! No. Are you going to witness something truly incredible? Sorry, who are you? It doesn't matter. What matters is this. I know. More colour accuracy, better contrasts, light from Madison. It's ouch. Getting up to these FIFA World Cup games is a real pain in the back. Hey, games on soon. I'm on for a challenge. BB3, power of the year. Just get in the...
Stop charging.
Of course, you just do it for me. Show off.
Always work on emissions, health inspire Aussie kids and to get active too. Which is why we're proudly sponsoring kids sports programs all over the country, like Coles Mini Groups. It's a great way to get kids moving and to support local communities. Coles, proudly supporting Mini Groups.
Coca-Cola kicking off their $40 million stock clearance. With massive savings on an amazing range of carpet, timber flooring and window coverings. Be quick to score these deals before the final whistle.
You want to see this in order to...
です。
Reuters.
Finished 1-1 after 90 extra time away in this round 32 match between Australia and Egypt. Mike Milligan said, watch Tommy York. The Socceroos kept things pretty tight since they equalised. What's their approach now in this first game against them?
Well, I think they'll be looking to get away from it over the elbows, so we need to have activity, especially in that last 5 minute period. I think their changes made a big difference, and our changes came on at a time where Egypt was starting to get a little bit of ascendancy back in the game. So yeah, it will be interesting. I think also to see Egypt really come out with that same intent as they finish the game.
Yeah, that's right. The Eagles say as always that standing safe and happy to keep us in and to give us this extra 30 minutes. I felt like we were hanging on for dear life at the end there, but this is spot on. I think we were playing too deep at the end. We need to get, I think our nerves to get further on the pitch. And, you know, I think in the front third, we have looked at threat and set pieces, these types of things. There's still more than enough on each goal, isn't there?
Yeah, I do feel like Indian changes that they just said, well, in Trezeguet is a fantastic circumstances, likely down the right there side. I mean, Australia's been really, I think, conscious of not letting themselves vulnerable with these players and attack. And I think if we are going to get it, it's going to be, I think, rugby playing the range and throwing too many over the score and Torres if they're likely to see taking on the ball.
Just very even towards the end of the game, they were in Collins in good areas, made sure of the inside the box. It's just about that composure in that moment.
And there's I'm not sure who's come off yet. O'Neill's off, potentially physically as well. He's really actually really very good in the second half. But he will give you a little bit more on the ball right here. It looks like Bill is coming up as well. Difficult to see who's coming off, but that should give us a little bit of energy.
A huge 30 minutes of football to come. With it all to take off, Socceroos and Egypt will take it back to your country team.
So we'll just see Alan Bill and Paul O'Neill's got onto the pitch for extra time for Australia. First experience with Alan Bill, his first appearance on the FIFA World Cup. Of course, he was part of the squad 4 years ago.
I think, putting so much over the course of this tournament. He's looking for the legs, but now getting some. You see the legs on, which is good.
Yeah, the other player making away, he's on the cup and looks at a power work.
We see the impact of the fresh legs that Egypt had. He's spoken a lot about everyone here in the squad is here to play whenever called upon. Now is the moment.
Early free kick. Australia are on the ball, of course. Scored against Socceroos in the farewell match for Australia. One of the Castillo men who plays the second tier of Spanish football. Helped on by Irvine. Tries to get him going. May come off Australia. Oxford. 30 years of age, he's so experienced on all the bill. Will give him the right to play each of the extra time period.
We saw the changing for Egypt. The third for the outside on the ball. The ball went from in the box was superb. But it would not be start paper.
This is where they have to be wary. Very deep as we heard from the Tommy Orr of the break. Australia just keep a little bit higher line.
Yeah, if you get too deep, you see riding pressure. We saw that time to time when you get balls in the box, unable to get out.
Sharp. He looked threatening late in the match with Mason's introduction.
We're seeing even Hassan there, drifted to the right. You see again Hassan drifted to the right on the box. See how he on his left foot, look for that in-swing ball to the back post.
And here he is now. Does that so well. Step of anticipation from the high side. There's an underdog behind his coaches.
This is just the experience. This is where they're looking on the move off the back of his face. Quickest to react. Forwards on his weak right foot.
celebration, but let's hope Australia play with some freedom and ambition in this extra time period. Sure. Should be defended by Harrington. Mitchell got the touch, but it was outstretched too. So hard on the control. Then we hardly lean back pass. And then what about Patrick Rich? I can't believe this. He hasn't had the volume of saves he made in the first match against Turkey, but that's last effort to get clear to extra time was nothing short of sensational.
You can't underestimate, yes, to say, but it's, as a goalkeeper, you have to remain in the game. It's hard when you're not being busy. He's not being busy, but to stay on for that moment, a crucial moment. And boy, was he on. Up to the task, saving the Socceroos, bringing us into this extra 30 minutes.
Edshot. Michael Edshot to Chikati, who wants it. The short option, and the bill provided it. Looked like a foul. It's not the way the referee saw it.
I think Moses needs to get his body between the defender and secure that ball up and just not flick it. Protect the ball, lead the play.
Yes, sir. That's it. Always leading entirely in the midfield. There by Mobile. That's clever. Ryan sorts the street out. Gets it forward to right. He's strengthened. He really held up. And he's paid. We saw advantage of the proof for Australia. He picked up that foul on Irvine.
Yeah, there's something left in here, just a little bit late left on Irvine. Clearly a foul. Together's out. It's been a tough start to this first period of extra time.
So the fresh legs of Aiden Bristich and Paul O'Connell, as well as Alan Mobile and Mohamed Siraj, can they have an impact in this extra time period? 2.5 to 15 minutes.
Super ball from O'Connell there. Very sort of with a reverse ball as well as Bristich. Let's go to the Socceroos.
Sure. Abdullah with Rabia. Archie looking to pick up a pass and giving this man a little bit too much space and freedom. There's some more ball once more. Seems as if made to get into a great area, but just they're putting it across.
Position is ready again. Great ball from Archie out. Isolating, but we know there's a trend always left foot. We're trying to get cover on the inside there, which we did, but he's shown that his acceleration on the outside At his age, you know, experienced defender. Yeah, someone like young and sharp, but sometimes I haven't seen him do that, so it's definitely a threat.
That's a great intervention by Chicane. Real strong, trying to play in as far as South Australia 1-2-8. Of course, playing that time with Adelaide United in the A-League. I'm sure the live side, the more of guys playing at the moment. Trezeguet. Rabia. Hayden. Hassan. Those ball scores have been excellent since he came on in the second half. Cross the ball rated, but numbers from Australia.
That was the experience at his age there. Every time that ball gets at Hassan, he's not sometimes got one thing he's more and that's to go. And as he's now, he's just dropped him up a little bit further, giving him a little extra yard. He saw it being done, so he dropped up an extra yard. Gordon, can you ask the question? He has to send him backwards. Can't get too close to him.
Gets enough on that challenge and it's over the top.
Yeah, I think he was offside. I think he saw that ball was bounced out there from the linesman, but truly well. Lucky to a couple of challenges, but just not had that spell with the ball. Can't get a hold of it.
Substitutions will get an extra one for extra time if needed by Tony Roglic.
Looking across the ball, you know, obviously as he's one of the more experienced players that have been asked all the questions out there on the left.
Sure. And that's nowhere near the intended target. And contrast with the coach of Egypt have just made the 3 changes.
See a little bit of frustration there from Egypt. She was shooting from distance. That means you'd be delighted to see him taking that on. It obviously shows that Egypt have got some more fresh legs to come on. But again, like I said, these 5 changes that we've made, you need to try and feel your weight again, especially with the ball. Get up to the tempo. So hopefully they can grow now into this extra time.
That was being written by both sets of fans. Match in the balance at 1-1.
The biggest thing is just mentality. I'm going to be the one to make the difference. I want to win this game. We've seen that from Hassan and Trezeguet come on for Egypt and we want to try and win this game from him. We've got to announce that someone is going to go, give me the ball. Give me the ball, I'm going to be the one.
You see, the match was so assured in possession. Chicane was so right off the there from Automobile.
Yeah, you just didn't see the second movement from Automobile. Again, just shows this second half, first half of extra time, we haven't been able to keep a hold of that ball for long enough, and again, back into our defensive shape.
Many management and choices.
Most certainly. But the experience of the Egyptians has shown that they can do obviously normal time and this first half of extra time.
Australia trying to profit from any drop from the orange balls, and you see the frustration there. Tackles, flying his arms in the air is held back by the time.
He's obviously out for the yellow card. Probably one of the few times that as he's been able to get on the other side of Hassan. An opportunity for us again to deliver this forward to the box and bring the likes of Harry, Brampton and Chicago forward. Where we've been afraid there's been out here straight balls into the box.
The silk of Ivan Rustic. Set piece. Good angle and distance to get one of the top players for Australia. Doesn't get the shot right though.
And you can see there Harry's made a run towards the middle of the back post. Is there already down in Chicago. Coming around the back, but unfortunately couldn't quite get there.
And there is the first period extra time has elapsed. Egypt carried the most threat in that first 15-minute period, but it remains 1-1 in this round of 32 match at Dallas.
It was tight. It was cagey in Dallas. Neither side with any clear-cut opportunities in that first period of extra time. Martin Legacy watched Tommy Orr. What are you looking to change, Tommy? Are you trying to win before it ends?
Well, I think that's not what they're doing. I think they're just trying to have a spell on the ball and kind of release some pressure for our back five. Open is brought in to do that. I think his technical ability, and he has shown the ball in a couple of moments that you can see when we attack. We're not really attacking the numbers, are we?
No, very well has offered some energy, especially with those first few minutes when he came on, and we definitely that's going to be important. I think we still need to start this second half of extra time positively. We don't want to set the tone and it's hard. It's very difficult to do that. We don't want to set the tone to get the rush from there.
And we've got Abdel Karim coming in to form up. Manush, it's, we've got another Sutton break. How do we go at that?
I don't think we're going to change much. I think we see us players like Neil Session on the bench, very bit of experience in kind of the shootout, so we'll see if that comes into play. But I think Papa will be pretty comfortable with how he's playing.
We need to time as well because there's two main sort of reasons to make changes. We need to make sure that now it's going to back down, but also leaving out specified
Tony Popovich with some big words all right up for these Socceroos into the second period of extra time. They're chasing history in Dallas. Can they do it or are we headed for a penalty shootout? Let's take you back to your commentary team there in Dallas. David Bashir and Luke Wiltshire.
Thanks, Steve. And we can see the youngest player in the Egyptian squad on the pitch, Hamza Abdel Karim, who is on the books of Barcelona. I'm trying to bring some breakaway has been retained by the club, such as the first paper they each show the young man. And he's come off the bench in every match of the group phase.
That's another threat there, coming off for Egypt, obviously on the front corner in the first half. Something we're going to have to monitor and deal with. I just feel with the legs that we come on with Mo, with Alba and Aiden up there, we can press a little bit higher because they come on with those fresh legs, so how can we use that? down, drawing the foul. Better start to the second half for the Socceroos, like I said, on that front foot, just a little bit more. Superb run from Rowe into the space now, Rochikali.
We're on trying to make up the ground for the week, going all the way through to Patrick Rich. What more purpose in the second 15 of the start anyway for Australia?
A lot more we need, like I said, we need to see more, we need this sort of balls in line.
So he's stretching the legs, and that's on the right angle, just a little bit more craft.
I think there he's just got to turn out and kick the ball, there's nobody in the box, he's aware of that, just kick the ball, bring out someone else into play.
It's the season potential for Australia. We're going to reach a play, suits up.
Motion's running high now, over on edge.
Sure. The position is so well, he's got alertness and awareness.
How many times have we seen this happen and it goes in the other side of the corner? Thankfully, the deflection straight into Andy's hands.
Skips half one challenge. Hostage shots return the favour. And the rain come back the other way to Sunderland, Australia. There is a pass. And the Egyptian captain myself. And he wants to get on very quickly. And he was not allowed to.
I see that the parents at 18 years of age were there, being clever, like an experienced pro. Just clearly wanted to break down the threat of the transition with Rossella. You know the foul, so foul, everyone get back on the ball.
After that, pretty much marking the likes of Marcelo and Bush, who's already had a couple of reminiscing of Michael Royce in the MLS, and his latest origin. Consistently raising the bar of expectation. Here's Hassan. I think it's on the shoulder.
Seeing the change of pace on that side. A little straight down his right hand side for Richard.
Abdul Mahdi. Looking for that passing angle. Sure can fill it by angle. So to Atia will try the central option. Up to Karim. Chikati. Who stands the first shot to Roy VAR and share the same view.
That's what the defender for quite strong. You see the Socceroos again desperately defending their box.
Here's what's up. Opens up for Ashia.
Yeah, you can feel the tension, you feel the Egyptians going. But that man Harrisula still standing up alone, and he's looking away everything alone.
There's a red light in the stadium. It's now time for the Socceroos to send out once more. Delivering in place, Sousa. Again. for Australia. Some good way out though. Maybe not the penalty for each of these.
It's looked after there, Jackson Irvine. You're defending another set piece up.
The long shot this time to Atia.
Standing firm in front of everything. You see this, it's on its way to the top corner. Whether we can get there or not, but Harry, no risk, gets his head away. 500 more, and incredible for the Socceroos. True captain's knock.
South Bills wide. So much pressure in this extra time period involving the last 5 minutes of regular play. This gets rid of 2. This is exactly what he did in Qatar, Australia's best player. He's an under-control world. And the cool heads in these moments, Australia. Harrington, this time doesn't play forward, and makes the right choice too.
Best off from the Socceroos there. It's a little bit of ball takes the out of this game.
Here's the one for Cartron. He's got the blessing in place. Decided pretty quickly it wasn't the case. The intervention by Husic and as well. Coming together with both sides. Here's a connection. Charles Moture with Automobile passing around as well.
Just that clinch, you feel it, everyone knows, you feel it. There's one goal, it's going to be the winner.
Still on side.
And I'll tell you what, it's an absolutely superb tackle. Using every bit of that little freedom he has. Outside to get into the box. Got past Husic. But Harrington's here to save the day. We get another set piece to the fence.
They go square to the same man, Atia, returns the favour. And a little bit too much for our chance. And opens up the right side. That pace can't take all the lead in the areas that he's most familiar in.
We've managed it thus far.
Atia. That's including another Kareem.
When we've been bombarded, that means extra time period. It's been a lot to ask for very soon. And Harrington defending that box. Jackson Irvine dropping in and covering, helping.
And the elastic band has been fully stretched on Australia's defence. And the fans are wearing it as well. And there's anticipation from those in red and green gold.
Everyone knows what's at stake. Opportunity to progress to the round of 16. Doesn't happen every day.
Lovely touch.
Minute is making up the number 7 point side run. not with my magic. And who can do it?
That's the question. Distance and go for a rock footer. Looking at the ratio of the percentages. Absolutely perfect, perhaps.
Well, that's what to put your name up in lights. They set up the extra time. And we're at the 32 World Cup.
Another goal, his first appearance in this FIFA World Cup. 10 goals and 38 internationals. Three-man goal. It is a bit on. And straight into the center of the opposition defense.
Another long throw and the ball coming into the box with the big boys still up. It's been a problem for Egypt.
Good throw from Chicago. Helped on by Sufa. I'm not sure how to think about it. With the double team, Harry Sufa. And straight
Looks like we're going to see AD1P.
First appearance at this FIFA World Cup. He wants to get that 120.
Socceroos, can they get this delivery right?
So there, about to come on. The holding midfielder. And Australia's last chance to break the deadlock.
Given the fact that they only put 1 minute up, I dare say this is probably the last opportunity for a threat, that's for sure.
That's him making way.
Can't think about anything more. Anyone more rewarding than Cameron Silly getting on the end of this and scoring a winner.
Same boat, eyes for the ball, and they'll both come off a little whistle there.
Yeah, he was in the ball, and it's a great delivery. Chicani just couldn't get a split defender and drops in. Well, to away. Perhaps Harrington behind was in a better position to take that on. But the best opportunity this extra time period.
Socceroos hanging on for dear life. Harry Suter has been immense, and we are headed for penalties. The last time the Socceroos faced penalties, competed in penalties in major tournaments, was the 2019 Asian Cup, a win against Uzbekistan. One moment to play the first minutes this World Cup.
Absolutely, and it's been a tough World Cup so far for Australia's captain. I think it shows the character that he does have, the fact that was turned to him to bring him in, and he got on top of that as well. Last time the World Cup, or not the qualifier, wasn't it? We really thought that we should have money was on some goal.
Yeah, I think it's, it's his experience in these moments. It's all about composure and keeping it alert now in terms of who the penalty taker is going to be. We've got some experienced players on the pitch. I think we have to choose the experienced ones and the ones who want to tackle.
Shabir for Egypt to start to cover it. So he's on the World Cup so far as well. He's been to the goals, so I think that he wants to. In 2019, pretty sure June and stepped up and took that first penalty. He steps up first time.
We've seen him go first. I think the preference will be really tough to shoot first. And you generally get someone who's better, who's very young and start well. I always say, independent shootout for the player, independent shootout as a coach as well, and both are awful.
Yeah, it's something to itself in here. The tension is incredible to experience this. I mean, we've got the talent. It's just about the boys doing what they're shot with conviction. I think that's the key.
You saw penalties in your time watching, or was it technique?
Often, I didn't say a great deal of teammates and seniors, so it's a little bit of a yeah, and I think we're surprised. Yeah, a little surprised here. I don't think we can see this coming, and it's the front up that obviously.
Well, we can see it coming in, but does that mess with the heads up, or does it opposition is nervous?
Obviously, you know we're preparing for our mind. Obviously, Egypt is very prepared for this.
Again, those are the attacking players. We have belief in your own shot, hit the corner, hit the goal, you score. So, it's plenty to see it out. So, we'll see how this plays out. It's all on one now.
He's actually been that toss to take that first penalty.
It's not a easy one. So I think you do want to go first, and then you want to go first. So you want to go first because you're assuming that you're going to go through and put pressure on your opposition. If you go first and you miss, then it's a different ball game. So I don't think there's any real massive gatekeepers.
There's a slight line of incredible if you go first, to win the extra penalty shootout. But I think it's a striker or anyone that's taking the penalty. I think that's safe.
The Socceroos side may run with captain's armband back firmly on his arm as he heads toward the goal after this. The penalty shootout from Osaka on the outside of the occasion. There's one big bay of goals, 100 goals. Will be the end of the pack. What a moment for the Socceroos. Let's take it back to Constantine, David Bashir and Luke Bashir for the penalty shootout.
We know what happened in 2022 against Peru. It was no longer 700 in Australian football history. But a man that largely helped Levante stay up in La Liga this season. That's the responsibility between the post for Australia.
He's been the captain, he's been a fantastic servant all the line, he's an ultimate professional. He's had a fantastic season. The shoes on the foot, like I said clearly, this is the right time, it's something that they're prepared for. And can we now take this moment in creation?
Steps up to the spot and try to beat Australia, but eventually there's been a shootout. Before Andrew tremendous save against Peru in Qatar. So much experience and so much of Australian football. And there's some great emotion on the shoulders. A short one. Oh, we'll be able to keep Australia. If this goes in, Egypt goes through. The 25-year-old from the Zelda drop playing his 15th international. And that line trying to apply that psychological pressure. What's on? We'll see Egypt through. Now, but the future is bright for this Socceroos team. And the right
brave enough to take the first penalty, didn't earn so.
Yeah, it's obviously it's devastating. It's never ever a nice way to lose, especially for our
Folks, thanks a lot for coming out to Tunnel Park. It's a tough way for it to finish. Appreciate all the energy, folks. All the quarterfinals and finals games are being shown here at Tunnel Park. You're going to continue to follow the tournament. Keep your heads up though, folks. Look after each other on the way home. Thanks for bringing the positive energy today, folks. Stay strong, Socceroos.
When we lose and we get